me tell you guys something. Bubba Bolden is a cool dude. I'm serious. He is straight up 100% real. The way that he acts when you see him, online and during games and stuff like that, when you're chatting with him, dude is straight up. And one thing I would love for you guys to do is leave some kind and encouraging words to Bubba Bolden about the 2021 season, or just in general. Let him know, hey, Bubba, man, bro, you are my favorite college football player. Or, man, Bubba, I can't believe whenever you got that big interception, man, me and my family were just jumping up and down and going crazy. Share some memories, something like that, because he's going to check out the video. So he's going to see, but he's probably personally going to see your comment down in the comment section. So that's going to be pretty dope. So talk it up. Let's chat it up. So anyways, without further ado, you're looking for Bubba Bolden. You don't want to see me on the screen anymore, right? So let's get into the interview. What's going on, Canes fans? I have a very special guest for today's video. We're talking about number 21, the dude who led the Miami Hurricanes in total tackles and forced fumbles last season. Future first-round NFL draft pick, in my opinion. Bubba, listen up, man. I'm so appreciative, and I think I speak for all Canes fans when I say thank you so much for being willing to do this interview so fans can get to know you a little bit better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me, man.
So we're gonna throw out some personal questions, but we're gonna talk football as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with a real tough one that might divide the fan base on you a little bit if they're still gonna continue to like you or maybe change their mind about you. Okay, so pineapple on pizza or no?
I mean, I personally wouldn't order it, but if somebody offered me pineapple on pizza, I would probably eat it.
Honestly. You're gonna eat it? Okay. And have you tried it before?
I've tried it, yes, definitely.
And you thought it was okay?
It's fine, yeah, definitely.
Okay, all right. I had to hit you with the quick personal one first, and then we'll get into some football stuff. So, I know you grew up in Nevada, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so I know you grew up in Nevada, and then you played for USC for a bit before transferring to Miami. When you made that move, was there any type of culture shock coming from out west to down to South Florida? And I'm letting you know this because the furthest west I've been is like Nashville, Tennessee. So I don't know if it's like a big shock going from there down to South Florida.
Yeah, no, it wasn't really a big shock. So, kind of growing up in a city, and then, my parents are from California, being out there a lot and being in a big city didn't really, kind of phase me. And then, Miami is Miami. I feel like Miami, Vegas, and California all in one, So coming out here, having Brevin and Tate, that helped a lot. And then just everybody up here at school, all the coaches, the faculty, and then obviously the players, they just really embraced me. So everything just felt very natural and comfortable. And, I feel like this could be my new home.
Now, did that actually play a part in influencing your transfer at all, like with Brevin being at Miami or some other friends and stuff that you had?
Yeah, 1,000%. And then also just talking to Coach Diaz, Coach Banda, and the rest of the coaching staff, and just seeing how real they were and what they said, and them putting so much effort in me coming was a big influence. So that's pretty much what it was.
Well, I got to say, I've already said it a couple times, but we're so happy you're here, man, because when I ask Canes fans on my channel, I'm like, all right, who's your favorite Miami Hurricane? Of course, on offense, everybody's going to say De'Aaron King, understandably so, right? But on defense, it's Bubba Bolden, man. It's Bubba Bolden, and just about everybody. So one other question about the transfer. How did your parents feel about that? Like, did they question your decision at all, or were they behind you 100% from the jump?
Behind me 100% from the jump, because going through that process, it was kind of weird, especially at the very beginning. Not a lot of schools, were talking to me, and then out of nowhere, they just all start coming. And Miami was kind of the first one that came about, and I was like, yeah, I got to ride with it. I was like, this is the right fit. The culture here was crazy, coming from USC. It's just big time culture schools and so much, history and legacy behind the school and the name. It was a no-brainer to come here.
Yeah, man. So Ed, I know your mom's really active on social media, or at least she normally is in the season. I see her always posting, stuff about you on Twitter and whatnot. So that's pretty cool to see that she supports you. I played
Yeah.
I played football back in high school, and even though I didn't start, I have to tell you, my mom was at every single game, traveling, driving 4 and 5 hours away and stuff. So it's awesome when your family gets behind you. So that's cool.
And even though it's so far, she always makes moves. She got to do what she got to do.
Yeah. And do you have any siblings? You have a brother, don't you?
Yeah, I got a
Does
brother and
he?
I got 3 older sisters.
Oh,
I'm the
really?
youngest.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Do any of them play sports or anything?
They play. My sister plays sports. She played basketball at Dixie State in Utah, and then she went up to Canada and played basketball for a little bit. Now she's back here coaching.
Cool.
And then my brother, he plays sports for a little bit too, but he a barber now.
Gotcha. I didn't know if like athleticism ran in the family or something like that, if it was in the bloodline, so.
I would have to say it comes from my mom's side, I think.
Okay. I got you. So continuing on with some football talk a little bit. Ed Reed, of course, was a fan favorite back in the day, and Canes fans still love him to this day, right? And it was huge him getting hired on as chief of staff last year. How often are you in contact with Ed Reed? Like, does he ever talk to you at practice and hype you up or help correct you with things, or outside of practice? Just basically, do you ever talk to Ed Reed at all? I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Canes fans, with that chief of staff position being kind of a new thing in a way, Canes fans are really still trying to figure out exactly what it is he can do and can't do and whatnot. So yeah.
So he's not really on the field coaching a whole lot. He kind of watches from afar, and he'll come up to us after practice and just give us little tips about what we should do, what we shouldn't do, how to do this, how to do that, and then obviously going into each week, he writes up his own notes. So we with our coach, and we go through them, and then we could go to him, and he has his own perception of how he sees things for us specifically as safety.
Right.
And we could just pick notes from that and go out on the field. And every time we're out there on the field, I got the play call, and I look at Ed Reed. He's like, this is about to come. This is what Ralph's about to come. This is what about to happen. So It's always good having him around, and he's a legend. He's a Hall of Famer. So you got to just pick his brain.
That's got to be dope though, man. Because I mean, like, where else can you go when you're getting to talk to a great like that? Like on a daily basis and get feedback from him and stuff. And I can't remember what game it was. There was one. You would have probably, I guess, had to watch the televised version of it. But I remember when he pulled the referee to the side, and he was like, "Watch that man right there. Watch that dude." And then the next play, they called the hold on that dude. It was the ref that threw it, because Ed Reed kind of pulled him to the side. And he's like, he's holding my man. Watch that dude. And we were all blowing up. We were dying laughing when we were watching that live. It was good stuff.
Yeah.
So continuing still some more football stuff. We're going into, if I'm not mistaken, year 5 of the turnover chain. Be honest with me. Be real with me and Canes fans. Does it still create that same hype for you, like on game day? Like, are you still looking forward to rocking the turnover chain and stuff, or has that hype kind of died down?
Every week, everyone is hyped to wear that turnover chain.
Really?
That turnover chain means so much to us and to this defense. We want to be the best turnover defense in the country. We want to lead every stat we can in the country, and that turnover chain does so much for us and does so much for our team. It brings a lot of hype. It brings a lot of joy to us, and it gives the offense confidence. It gives us confidence too. So, it just brings an extra little juice to it. And, a majority of the time, the other team is scared when they see that turnover chain come out.
Yeah, and it's cool because I know recruits get super pumped and excited about it. When you look on social media like Twitter and Instagram, everybody wants to rock the chain, right, when they come on a visit to Miami. Do you have a favorite one? You're the OG, the original you, the Sebastian. What are you thinking? Which one's your favorite?
I mean, I wasn't here for the first one, so we didn't really wear that one. There was a 305 one, and there was a new Florida one. I gotta say,
it's tough.
That 305 one was pretty hard, though.
Yeah, that one is. Yeah, that's pretty dope.
305 was hard. We gotta see what's gonna come this year, though. They
always. I kind of think, because we're going into year 5, I think it'd kind of be cool in a way. See, I don't know. Like, it's cool if they continue to make new ones, right? But like, when do you draw the line? You got like 20 turnover chains or something crazy like that. At some point, I think you got to throw it back in the rotation. Maybe go back to the OG with the U or something like that, and then just start rotating it from there.
Yeah, or
something.
Switch it up every game type. You know what?
Oh, that's true. That's true. You could do that. Yeah.
I thought about that a couple of times, but
then they'll have to carry what, like 6 or 7 briefcases by the time they get a couple more to each game. Have a couple of guards.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're going to be willing to answer this one. Do you have a favorite NFL team? And I ask this because that's weird, because eventually your plan is to play in the NFL, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so I know that might be a little bit of a weird question. And I'll do this. I'll do you a favor. I'll answer first because I get a lot of hate for this. People think Coop's a big Canes fan. He likes the Dolphins, right? No way, man. I root for America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, and I get a lot of hate for that, man. So much.
I mean, that's the team my dad wanted me to play for, is the Cowboys.
Okay.
But I never really grew up having a favorite NFL team, honestly. I think my favorite NFL team now is the Raiders, just because they're in Vegas now.
Right. Oh yeah, that's true.
I'll be like, I'm from Vegas, so I got to rock with the Raiders, kind of. But not really. I've never really had a fan favorite, but
okay, that's all right. You don't have to.
Yeah.
So
any team that picked me, I'm riding with.
There you go. Right.
My new favorite.
There you go. I like it. So I'll roll it back to a little bit more of a personal question again. I noticed looking back when you were at USC and when you first got to Miami that you didn't really have a lot of tattoos. You might have had a couple, or maybe that weren't very visible. And I don't know if you've been hanging around with Headley a little bit or what, but you're looking pretty tatted up, man. And I like it, okay? I like it.
Yeah.
But what I'm asking is, do you have any that have any personal meaning that you want to share, or maybe one that you just think is like really dope or sick that you've got?
Majority of my tattoos have a personal meaning. And the only new tattoos that I've got since I've been out here is my arm. Those are the newest ones I got. My legs I've been had, and then my chest and my ribs I've had. But I gotta say, there's one on the back of my leg. It says the past does not equal the future, and it's like a symbol, So I think that's like my most one that connects with me the most. If I gotta say that, but I got a lot of dope tattoos. I think my poly leg sleeve has to be one of the dopest ones. I got Albert. That has to be a dope one. I don't know. I like them all, honestly. But I think the past does not equal the future is my deepest tattoo I got.
That's a good one, because that gives you something, visual that you can see and look at that whenever you need to hear something like that.
Yeah.
So I gave Headley a hard time because we interviewed him on this channel a couple years ago, actually, when he was still out in Australia. And I told him, I was like, you got to get that U tattoo, man. And he said as soon as he touched down in Miami, he was going to get one. And then I saw on Miami Hurricanes Twitter, I saw he had like a big U on the back of his neck. So I was like, he got it.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I know that football is probably life, and it takes up all of your time, that and school. But do you have any other hobbies? Because I know I've been seeing, I actually am subbed to Al Blades Jr. on Twitch, and he's been tearing it up on COD, so I know he's big into gaming. Cameron plays a lot of Madden, at least it looks like it anyways, on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. So do you have any hobbies outside of football?
I mean, I play video games here and there. I'm not really like that type of guy.
Not a big gamer?
Not a big gamer. I'm kind of into fashion,
Okay.
Like when I get a chance to go to the mall and go buy some new clothes, I'll go buy some new clothes, go buy some new shoes. But not a whole lot. I think my life really just consists around, football. And like, that's what I think of every day. That's what I want to do. That's what drives me. That's what motivates me. And not a lot of other things really matter besides the task at hand,
Hey, dedicated. I like it, man.
Maybe once I get to the NFL, I might get back to, I don't know if it's like a hazard or anything, but I used to race BMX when I was younger.
Oh, dope.
So riding bike, maybe, getting back on the bikes and doing something like that again might come about.
Did you do we talking like off-road, like dirt trails and stuff? Or you talking like hitting ramps and stuff at the skate park, or?
No, like dirt trails.
Oh, okay. The hardcore stuff.
Hardcore, yeah.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, because I like to skate. I got a couple of boards back behind me. And I suck at it, but it's fun. Relieves some stress and stuff. So, and good exercise too, honestly. So let's talk a little bit about, if you don't mind, this NIL stuff. So of course, NCAA giving the all clear. on July 1st. And a lot of the talks were, De'Aaron King signed this big deal at 12:01, making history. But if I'm not mistaken, and we don't have to talk details here, I'm not wanting to bring up numbers or anything like that, but if I'm not mistaken, you signed the same or similar deal, right? That De'Aaron King did?
It was the same deal. De'Aaron was just there before me. I had to come up a little bit later. So
gotcha. So and again, like I said, I'm not asking for numbers. Don't worry about disclosing that. But could you give any info maybe on like the companies or anything that you're working with? And the reason I say that is so Canes fans can show them some love, because if they're supporting you, then we want to support them.
So really, it's pretty much college hunks. That's the biggest one. I haven't personally done a lot of deals. I feel like the deals will come, and I'm not going to go force any deals. I don't want to do anything like that. Like I said, my main focus is football.
Right.
The NIL is a great thing, and I feel like it'll be a bigger opportunity for the younger guys. I feel like, we're just kind of setting the wave, but I don't really have any other deal. I got Cameo. You guys can, special shout outs on Cameo. Everybody, if you guys want it, Bubba.Bolden on Cameo app.
And that's where, you can they can request something and you can record yourself telling them or saying it, right? Okay, cool.
Exactly. So I actually just did one today for a fan. But those are the only two that I have done. I'm not really looking forward to any NIL deals, honestly.
I got you. And yeah, that makes sense. Like you said, kind of with some of the younger guys coming in and whatnot, you're potentially kind of moving on,
exactly.
We're talking about the NFL stuff. So
yeah.
And it could be a little weird. I could see potentially some guys just taking this deal, taking that deal, and this deal, and then it starts stacking up, and then people want you to do like promos and different things. And like you said, football is number one for you. So exactly. I get it. That could add some extra work potentially onto you, right? I mean, you get some green, you get some money.
You get some paper, but it's just like, for me personally, it's like 6 months and, my whole life can change. What is this little money right here going to do for me,
You're right. I like it.
But, being the first, me and Derek being the first players ever to do the NIL deal, I feel like, that was just a perfect opportunity, and I had to take it.
That's huge, because everybody had Miami on blast on everything.
Yeah.
And let's see, I was going to ask something else about the NIL stuff. We'll go back to it if I remember. Do you have like a go-to like pre-game playlist or song or anything that hypes you up? It can be like an artist, it can be a playlist, it can be a specific song. I've heard some weird ones, so
I'm not gonna lie to you. I like to listen to like kind of calm music.
Calm? Okay, really?
Calm music. I like to listen to some Wiz Khalifa.
All right.
Throwback.
Kind of get your mind right. Kind of chill right before the
relax.
game.
I listen to a lot of Bob Marley, some Brent Faiyaz, just some cool stuff, And then, as right before the game, I might turn on some hype just to get my mind and my blood pumping,
I got you. So, and like I said, trust me, I've heard some weird stuff. I think it might have been Realist when Realist George was still at Miami. It might not have been him, so don't quote me on this. But somebody said they used to listen to like, who was it? Some country singer or something. And I was like, bro, what are you talking about? It was like Blake Shelton or something like that. And I was like, hey, do your thing, whatever you like.
Everybody got different, different.
Yeah, whatever gets you ready. So exactly. I was actually thinking back to the NIL stuff. I did want to ask you, a lot of people have talked about Miami having you guys really prepared for the NIL stuff, because I think they mentioned like an Ignite program or something like that. Were they kind of talking to you guys and helping players out with that, before all this went down? Like, because I've heard that Miami was really helpful in preparing players and getting ready for it.
Yeah, so we were actually one of the first states that was going to get it. I think it was like about maybe 5 states that were going to get it. And so ever since January, we've been having meetings maybe, once every 2 weeks about the NIL, and they're just informing us on what to do, how to do it, how everything's going to work. They got us a new Open Doors app, just showing us different ways. And then we also did like, marketing meetings, how to save money meetings. They just, they did a whole, so they really prepared us for this. And, they were pushing for it a lot, because obviously, as everybody knows, college athletes should be paid.
Yep. I agree 100%, man.
Yeah.
So let's this one's going to be interesting. Let's jump in a time machine for just a second.
Yeah.
And I want to go back to 2019, Miami versus FSU. I don't know if you're going to want to talk about this, okay? You get your first interception, if I'm not mistaken, as a Miami Hurricane off of a tipped pass.
Yes, sir.
But during the celebration,
Yeah.
I think that I think it was Gervin Hall, maybe, if my memory serves me right. I'm getting a little old. You and Gervin Hall kind of jump up to celebrate, and I think that Gervin was a little more enthusiastic than you were.
Yeah.
And you end up, and yeah, I'm laughing, but it's serious. But it was in the past, so I know you kind of look back and laugh a little now, probably. But you end up injuring yourself, hurting your ankle. First off, what was going through your mind in that moment? Because you went from high up here, getting your first pick to bam, oh man, I think I just injured my ankle. And then number two, did Gervin ever apologize, or does he feel bad for doing that?
So I'll tell you the whole thing. I actually, when we were running, it was so like, I was just trying to run to the sideline. Like, let me get this turnover chain. Let me rock it real quick.
Right.
And, Gervin just came with a little bit more juice, a little bit more energy. And right when it happened, I didn't think I broke my leg.
Mm-hmm.
I got up and I was like limping off the field. And then as I'm going, I just feel my leg kind of just dangle. And I'm like, this is kind of bad. And then I went in the tent and they were like, yeah, it's broke. And right after the game, Gervin came over there and he was like, man, I'm sorry, bro.
He did, yeah.
Like I didn't. And then he came outside and was talking to my mom and he kind of, shed a few tears. And he was like, damn, he was like, I was just excited for my bro. And I was like, it's all good.
Yeah, like
I was never
sure.
mad. It was just like, once it happened, it was like, I can't do nothing about it now. I'm not going to be mad at him.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah, do you guys ever joke about it now, though?
Joke all the time. I just bring it up. Like, Gervin, why you break my leg, dog?
I got you. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
So, and we're almost finished up here. I won't bug you too much longer. How's the vibe now on defense with Manny kind of taking over the play calling and stuff coming up this season? Because you don't need me to explain it. Manny can be pretty aggressive with his play calling, and it sets you guys up with opportunities to make big time plays. So kind of just how's the vibe? Is everybody pumped and excited? With Manny going to be calling plays in 2021?
Everybody loves it, honestly. You guys seen what he did when he was the defensive coordinator there. And last year, we enjoyed Coach Baker. We liked him a lot, but I feel like Coach Diaz and that being his specialty and what he does, it just makes us feel a little bit more comfortable. We got some new coaches on the staff that really help him out. A lot of experience. We got Coach Shoop. We got T-Rob. We got DVD. So it just kind of brings a little bit more. How do I say this? Like a lot more minds of the game. People who have played it. People who've been around for 30 years coaching. So I think everybody is on board and everybody's really understanding the defense now. And I think we just got the players to really go out there and play at a high speed.
Right. Yeah, and I know that fans, for one, are definitely excited about it for sure.
Exactly, yeah.
So just two more. I'll hit you with two last questions, and then we'll wrap it up. Number one, if you could pick one team off the schedule this season that Miami's playing. Now, I know, obviously, you want to go undefeated. You want to beat everybody. But I'm talking – if you could pick one team that Miami just absolutely curb stomps, sends them home crying tears, who would it be? Who do you want to beat the most badly? I know it's tough. You got FSU. That's a rivalry game, right? But we've been consistently beating FSU, right? I keep saying you guys. I don't play football. You guys. But then, you got Michigan State on the schedule, and, they felt like I've seen some trash talk on forums and stuff, dogging Miami after everything last year, and we didn't get to play and yada, yada. But then opening up with Bama, a big, bad SEC team. Miami struggled, Florida, LSU opening up against those guys. So what do you think? Who do you just really want to destroy?
I mean, obviously I want that first game.
Alabama?
I mean, that's the game I want, but at the same time, I want that North Carolina game.
That's a big one too. Yep. After last year, the yardage and stuff they put up on us, of course, we ain't going to talk much about that, right? We're looking into the future, playing North Carolina this year. But I'm pumped for the Alabama game too. I'm going to be there. I'm in the nosebleeds, but that's how I like it, so I can kind of see everybody play and see the whole field. But here's the problem: I'm bringing my father-in-law and his girlfriend with me, and they're huge Alabama fans. But I have to ride in the car all the way there and all the way back. So Miami's got to win because I can't have him dogging me all the way home. I got to drive like 3 hours home. But he's sitting with me in the Miami section, so that's kind of payback, with him having to sit around Miami fans.
Be bad for him, I think.
Yeah, could be real bad.
Yeah.
So one last final question to wrap this thing up, Bubba. Are the Canes winning the national championship this season or what?
Yes, sir. No doubt about it.
That's what I like to hear, man.
Championship, national championship, everything.
That's the response that I was hoping for. Bubba, listen, for real, seriously, thank you so much for taking 15, 20 minutes out of your busy schedule so Canes fans could get to know you a little bit better. I know that you got an opportunity to shout out your cameo, but do you have any other stuff like social media or anything that you want to shout out?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I'm on Instagram at Bubba.Bolden. I'm on Twitter at Bubba Bolden. You can just type in Bubba Bolden. I think you'll find it.
All right.
But that's pretty much it. I hope to see you guys at the games. I'm super pumped for this year, and I appreciate all y'all support.
All right. Sounds good, man. I'll link all your socials and stuff down in the description if that's cool with you, just in case. Right. Like you said, you're going to have more followers than I do, but, if you pick up a couple, maybe that they see it down there. So,
yeah.
Appreciate you, man. All I ask for closing, can I get a nice big Go Canes?
Hey, Go Canes, y'all.
Hey, appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.